Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I am super excited. I'm finally going to be unboxing and trying this Kiara Sky beginner acrylic kit. I have this for a while. This is actually one of my first purchases from them. When they launched this new acrylic kit, I did purchase it from their website, but then it just so happened that they reached out to me and wanted to send me some products and work with me. Of course I said yes. I've been wanting to work with them for the longest time, and they also saw in the system that I purchased this, so they did refund me, which was super nice. I did not even expect that. And then they also sent over the Beyond Pro drill and light and a lot of other products which I already show on my channel. I'll leave that video where I did a huge Kiara Sky unboxing. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and get right into this acrylic kit unboxing. So this is a 14-piece beginner acrylic kit. As you saw, it comes with 2 of the sticky glues. They work so well. Like, those are my favorite glue, hands down. It also comes with a rose cuticle oil, and it smells so good. Like, I just could not stop smelling it. And then it also comes with 4 files, so you get 2 of the 80/80 grit, then you also get 2 100/100 grit. Now personally, I am not a big fan of their files because I have tried them before, and then I also used it for this video as well. They just feel very gummy to me, and I'm not really sure if I like them or not. But yeah, they're okay. I'm just not really a big fan of it. So this next item here, we get an acrylic primer, and when you do go in to prep your nails, adding primer, it just increases the longevity of your nails. And then of course we also get an acrylic top coat. This is to top off all of your nails if you want that glossy finish. And I've been dying to try top coat from Kiara Sky, and I haven't bought a separate one because I know there was gonna be one in this acrylic kit, so I was just holding off until I unboxed it, and I absolutely loved it. It was so glossy, so shiny, and you'll see that at the end. This acrylic kit also comes with a number 10 100% 𝚙𝚛𝚘𝚍𝚞 brush, and this is absolutely one of my favorite things from Kiara Sky. I do have a few of them, and I honestly live by these. Like, if I was stranded on a desert island, this is one thing I would take with me, whether I had the acrylic or monomer. Either way, this brush is coming with me. This kit also includes some nail tips, which are the square and the XXL length. This is also C curve, and they're also in the natural color. I don't really like using the natural colors. Well, it's not really a big deal. I just got used to using the clear just in case I want to encapsulate or I want that clear background, ombres or whatever. But I must say, I am kind of intimidated by this C curve. Like, they just scare me so much, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to lay the product as well with C curves. But I really did love the length, and the quality of them feels very nice. This kit also includes, of course, some EMA monomer, and this is a MMA free, self-leveling, non-yellowing results with maximum adhesion, and it does come in a cute little 8 fluid ounce jug. This jug is just so cute. I'm not really the one to recommend monomer because for the most part they seem to work the same to me. I guess like if you have them for the same brand, it does work a little bit better, but for the most part, and from what I can tell, it's the powder that makes all the difference. And last but not least, this kit comes with 3 acrylic powders, and they're all in one, so you can use them as dip powder as well. But this first one here is called Bougie Beige. We also get a pure white, and then we also get a clear, and I will swatch them in a second. I feel like all beginner kits, whether it's acrylic or polygel, they will always come with these types of shades because they are the basic colors that you will most likely need, like the clear, of course, for encapsulating, and just a nude, or you may get a soft pink like a cover pink. I feel like those are just perfect colors to start off with. And then if you like those, you can just go and buy all the colors you want from their website. Also, I do have this dampen dish that I showed in my first unboxing, and online there is an option where you can get this acrylic kit with the dampen dish bundle. You do save a few dollars if you do get it as a bundle. Trust me, I tried to see how much there was a difference because, like I said, I did purchase this at first, but they did refund me. So yeah, you do save a few dollars if you do get the bundle, but it is all up to you. This dampen dish was so nice, so luxurious. It does have some weight on it. It's so like it's just so nice. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really nice, and I do recommend you guys getting the bundle. That way you save a little bit of money. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So I just poured some of my Kiara Sky monomer. It didn't really smell as strong. I do remember hearing someone says that Kiara Sky monomer is super strong, but I don't know if it's just because I'm used to it. It didn't really smell as strong to me, so I can kind of tolerate the monomer smell now, of course, since I'm in an area where I don't have to try to suppress it as much. So I think I'm just a little bit more used to it than more people. And so yeah, this is what these swatches look like. They did polymerize very nicely, and so far I really love the monomer. Like I said, they all works the same for me. It's just the powders that makes all the difference. And I have worked with Kiara Sky powders before, and as I always say, I really do love them, especially when you have a 2-in-1. Sometimes the powder can be so fine to work as dip powder that it just looks so chalky in the jar, and they bleed everywhere, and they just do not work how you want it to work. So for these to be in 2-in-1 powder, they are absolutely great. So yeah, with that being said, I will leave this acrylic kit down in the description below along with my discount codes. I know this weekend Kiara Sky is having an Easter sale. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the video up in time for it, but if not, you can save 15% using my discount code, which is always linked down below. So getting into the prep for these nails, I don't really need to do much. I always have a little bit of base coat, like the top coat that I use for my peel off method, stuck like underneath my cuticle areas. So as I'm doing now, I'm just taking my Kiara Sky Beyond Pro e-file, and I don't know what this drill bit is called, but I am working that around my cuticle area, just lifting all of that up, and it works very nice for that. Most of the time, since I don't have to do a lot of prep, just using that works so well, and I don't have to do it anymore because I don't really cut my cuticles as often since I do my nails a lot. But yeah, now I did go ahead and switch that to a mandrel drill bit, which is also from Kiara Sky. It has a cute little diamond at the top. Along with it, I'm going to be using some of their fine grit sanding bands, and on the lowest speed, which is 3000 RPMs, I'm just going to work this around my cuticle once again to just kind of polish everything up and also just file away the shine from my natural nails. Whether you use an e-file, a hand file, or a buffer, it is very important to go and remove the shine from your natural nails, especially if you want to increase the longevity of your nails, if you want them to last more than 2 weeks. Always remember, because our body produces natural oils, which is also on our nail beds. So if you go in and start applying it, it will hold up for the time being, maybe a few days, but the more you wear them, the more you bump them against stuff, they're gonna pop off so easily. So make sure that you always go in to remove that shine, or you can go in with some dehydrator and primer and then go in with your application. So now that I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe my nails using some 91% ice purple alcohol and a lint-free wipe. Now speaking of primer, so this says apply 1 coat to the entire nail from cuticle to free edge and allow to dry. Now, even though I am going to be using my peel off base, I did want to demonstrate this for you, but I wasn't really sure if I was supposed to do it before applying the nail tips or after. So I just decided to skip that step. I didn't want to show you guys how to do it wrong, but it does says to apply a layer from cuticle to free edge and allow to dry. So I guess just do it before you apply your acrylic, because it is an acrylic primer. And if I'm wrong, I know you guys will try to correct me or say something in the comments. But now that I've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my nail tips, and I did decide against the ones that came in this acrylic kit because like they just intimidate me so much. I just didn't want to have problems when trying to do the acrylic. So I just went in with my favorite square 3XL nails from Crafts by 9. They're always linked down below, as I mentioned in all of my videos. Once I got them applied, I did go ahead and cut a little bit off. I wanted them to still be long. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start the application. And I already did my index nail. That's just because I wanted to film more content for my reels, and it's just easier to go in and flip my phone and record in portrait mode so that I can have it, because whenever I try to pull footage from my YouTube videos, like it just looks so weird as a reel. So yeah, I just went ahead and did that one first. I am trying to put out more content and just be more active on my other social medias, and I haven't posted on TikTok in so long. Like, it's just not really fun for me anymore. And I know it's just not all about the numbers, but I'm so shadow banned to the point where like only a handful of my followers see my content, and it's just so annoying to put all of that work into it and it just doesn't get seen by my followers. Like, at the most, only my followers. I do have about, if I remember correctly, I do have about 140,000 followers over on TikTok, and whenever I post, it takes so long to even reach like 2,000 views, and let alone like the likes. So it's just like super annoying to post on there and it just doesn't get seen. It doesn't have to go viral with each video. Like, I just want my followers to see it and have a decent amount of views and likes. I feel like my content is more likely to go viral on Instagram, which is why I do kind of focus on reels. But since I do make the reels, I'll just save them and upload them to TikTok in the hopes of that reviving my account. So yeah, I don't know how I got so sidetracked, but yeah, I am gonna be trying to post more on my other social medias. But onto this application. So for this middle finger, I was really confused at why like this application was a little bit messy for me. Like, on camera it doesn't look as messy, but it took me 3 beads to get this tip, and I was just so confused on why. And then I realized my heat went off, and I didn't notice because I did have my sweater on when I was filming this, so I wasn't cold, but the temperature in the room was a little cold. It's been raining all weekend and it's just been really chilly, so that did affect the setting time of my acrylic. And since it was cold, it's just taken a lot longer to dry and a lot longer to set up. And since it was setting up very slow, I'm kind of impatient when it comes to nails. Like, I'm just ready to put it on there and smooth it out. And what I was doing was basically, especially like the first few beads I was doing, I was just putting it on there and just wiping all of the color off without even realizing it. So it did take longer for me to build this nail up, although I am keeping them a little bit thinner since I'm not going to be doing any encapsulation. I just wanted this to be like the base of my nails. I wasn't going for super thick nails this application, so I am going to keep this sort of thin, which is my preferred preference anyway. I love the look of the thinner nails. And at this point, it was still pretty cold in my area, so I'm having to do a little bit of chasing it around the cuticle area and on the sidewalls, which brings in why I love crimp brushes. So when you have a crimp brush, the shape of the brush is sort of like fanned out like a fan. And when it's like that, you can easily just go in and swipe around that cuticle area. And if you do have a rounder brush, you aren't going to be able to do it as neatly as you can with the crimp brush. And with the brush being wider, when you go to work the product down the nail, it does cover a little bit more surface. So you will need less swipes going down the nail, and it's just going to even it out a lot better. You get even strokes, because when you're working with acrylic, you don't want to add too much pressure, otherwise you will just be wiping the product away. So at this part in the video, I did go ahead and pause a little bit. I turned the heat back on and let it warm up, and as you can see, I am able to work this acrylic powder a little bit better than how I was before. It only took 1 bead to cover the tip of the nail, so I am going to be working up the nail a little bit more, trying to get that cuticle area and just blend everything else down to even the nail out. So my plan for my acrylic was to just do all of my nails using that bougie beige color. I really loved how it looked. It was a nice nude, and the colors that came in this acrylic kit gave me simple but cute. So I did just decide to do nude on all of my nails and then use the white to do some nail art. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to keep talking and try to explain it, so I'm just going to let you guys enjoy watching the rest of this application. I also will include a little bit more filing than I usually do, so if you want to see that filing, stay tuned for that. And also, if you are still here and you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and also leave a comment down below if you are feeling generous. For today's video, leave down the brown heart emoji. So now that I'm done with applying the acrylic, this is what the nails look like. I did my thumb off camera just to make it go by a little bit faster. And I'm going to be taking the 8080 grit from the Kiara Sky kit. And I'm going to start by filing my nails. I do my nails like this all the time when I'm filing. I go in underneath the nails, file the sides first. I love to clean up the shape. That way I can get a little bit better picture of how the nail and the structure is. Like, I know some people go in and file the top first. They want to go in and debulk and then crispen up the shape, but for me, I love to go in and do the shape first. It just gives me a better look of how the nails are turning out. And also, one thing I did learn, when you are trying to get that really crispy shape, like when I file underneath the nails, usually that is all I would file, but you actually need to go in and file literally like the sides of the nails and not just like the ending part. Like, I'll put up a picture because I'm not really sure if I'm explaining it right, but you don't want to just file this part of the nail. You want to go in and file the actual sides of the nails, and that is going to make the nails a lot more crispier when you are shaping, and you will be able to tell, compare it to how you used to file. So if you've been having trouble trying to get that really crispy shape, if your nails look still bulky on the ends after filing and filing, try going in and filing literally the sides of the nails and not like the under part. That is going to make a whole lot of difference. Just trust me. Whenever I show my filing in a video, I usually just show one nail because I don't want to make it too long, but I did decide to keep in a lot of my filing just to show you guys a little bit more of how I file. And it's just an easy process. I do the same thing on all of my nails, going in underneath them, filing the sides, and usually I do go in and file the surface with the hand file while I'm actually on that nail. But for some reason, I did just decide to do the sides and like the shape part of all of my nails first, and then I did work backwards, going over the surface of the nails. And then once I finish, making sure they're all debulked and even. Since these nails are thinner than usual, I didn't have to do a lot of debulking, so that part went by really fast. And once I finish filing around the surface of them, I'll go around the cuticle once with the hand file, and then I'll pull out my e-file and clean up everything around the cuticle and just go over the nails and basically clean up everything I missed with the hand file. And so I'm just gonna let my filing part play out, and I hope you guys enjoy. So now that I'm done with the filing, this is how the nails are looking. And I'm going to be taking the pure white to do some 3D flowers. This is a very bold choice. I was so not ready for this, but they actually turned out really nice. So yeah, I'm happy about the whole process. But before we do the 3D flowers, I am going to go in with the acrylic top coat because I don't really want to have to go around my 3D flowers. I don't like the buildup of it like sticking to the sides of like charms or 3D nail art. So I am going to apply my top coat first, cure in the light, and then go in with my 3D flowers using that pure white acrylic. Before we go in with the acrylic, I did see on Instagram how it's easier to apply your rhinestone in the middle first. That way you know how to like align all of the flowers, because I know when I used to try to do 3D flowers, sometimes my center part would be a little crooked and then I have to like overlap the rhinestone to just make it look straight. So I did want to try that first, so I just went ahead and flash cure on the smaller size rhinestones I had, putting them in 2 spots of my nails. That's going to be the center of 2 full flowers. So to start off, I'm going to be using this 3D nail art brush that I got from Amazon. And these have been the only ones I've been using, just like a really inexpensive brush, and I have been meaning to get more, but these work for me, so I haven't really been in a rush trying to get more expensive ones. And these are linked down below in my Amazon storefront. I do have this process sped up, so no, I did not create that flower that fast. And I did edit out like some of the parts where I'm waiting for it to set up on my brush because it took entirely too long. But as you guys just saw, I did go ahead and add a few drops of acetone into my monomer, and that is just a little trick to make the acrylic setup a little bit faster, because when you are working with small details like this, it's just really nice to just go ahead and set up faster rather than slow, because if it's going to be setting up slow, you are going to be trying to fix it the entire time, and it doesn't take much to make the shape of the flowers, or I guess that's easier said than done, but it's just easier and faster when it sets up a little bit faster. That way you can just get on with the process, and as you can see, it's really helping me out a lot. And yeah, it's still sped up. I did cut out a few parts that were unnecessary. Even though it took me so long to do this in person, I did still want this part to be enjoyable for you guys to watch. And I also just didn't want it to take long either, so I think this is an enjoyable speed. You still get to see what I'm doing without it going by too fast or too slow. And for my flowers, I don't think my flowers turned out like the little small daisy flowers that I was trying to do. I feel like my petals are a little bit long, but all of them together, it really did look super nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy this process play out. Let me know how you guys are enjoying this video so far, and yeah, I'll be back once I'm done with these flowers. am so happy at how these flowers are turning out. Like when I was showing the camera, I was just smiling so hard. But yeah, I did go ahead and do 2 more off camera. Well, some half flowers. I put them at the top and one at the bottom, and it gave the nail a much better look. I love the idea of the half ones on the end because of course I will not be able to fit a full flower there. But yeah, I love how that looks. Now for my next few nails, I'm going to be taking this Kiara Sky gel liner, and these are actually glow in the dark gel liners. I'm not going to be interested in the glowing part. I just want it for the white nail art. So I know I do have the white acrylic, and at first I did think just to do white acrylic Frenches, but on 3 nails that would have took me way too long. So I did just decide to do a nude base and just draw on my Frenches, and as you can see, it's a lot easier. And I really did love these brushes that come in this, because usually once I draw on the smile line area, I would have to put some on a nail palette and then get a whole nother brush and try to fill it in. But do you guys see how this brush is working? Like when I add a little bit more pressure, the brush fans out and it just covers a lot more surface, and it was just so satisfying. And I was just like, wow, that's saving me so much time. And the opaqueness of it, it was really nice, although it did have a little bit of streaks, of course, because it is still a smaller brush. But for the most part, I'm amazed at how this brush is. Like, it was very soft, but it wasn't flimsy. Like, the quality of Kiara Sky products is just like unbelievable. And if you haven't tried any of them, I honestly recommend that you guys try them, whether it's a gel liner, acrylic brush, acrylic powder. Just get something from them, and I promise you, you will love it. So for the rest of my nails, my middle nail and my pinky, I'm going to be drawing on some Frenches, which I am just going to let you guys enjoy. And also I am carrying them for 30 seconds in my Beyond Pro LED lamp. Also rating it 10 out of 10, would definitely recommend. So after carrying on my last nail, I did stop the camera and I went ahead and did more flowers on my thumb. These look a little bit crazy because I felt like some were overlapping or some was like too big, but overall you can't tell. As long as the flowers look okay, I was fine with it. It was taking me a long time, so I was just happy to get it done. And on my thumb, I did add more rhinestones in like the other spaces. I did add about 4, so I went to my other flower nail and did the same process. But since my thumb is a little bit bigger, I did have more areas to fill. So for my ring finger, I only added 2 additional rhinestones. I went ahead and cured them in place, and now I'm just going to go ahead and add top coat to my other nails because I am going to be adding more rhinestones. But yeah, I did just want to say how much I really love this top coat. It went on super smooth and it was just really glossy as well. That's one of the things that I really love about top coat. It's just like giving it that really nice glass finish without it being too runny. And I do love to experiment with new top coats, so it's just like a really fun thing to try. And especially Kiara Sky, I've been wanting to try it and it worked exactly how I thought it was going to. Would definitely recommend it. Once I had them cured in the light, I'm going to be taking some of my Macar rhinestone glue and just putting a line using that really small striper brush. And I'm just going to be putting it along the smile line area, and I'm going to be adding some AB rhinestones to that smile line area to give it a very nice and simple bling look. And after curing that in the light, I did decide to add 2 more at the cuticle part of my other nails. Not too much bling, just very subtle. And once I did that to both nails, I did go ahead and cure for another 30 seconds to make sure everything was cured and nice and set. Once I had everything set, I did go ahead and apply some rose cuticle oil from that kit to my cuticles to re-nourish them. Cuticle oil is so important to re-nourish your cuticles, and this rose scented cuticle oil from Kiara Sky smells so good. Like, when I tell you guys, I'm obsessed with it. This is my first time using it. Also, I love the way that it applies. It feels really nice and nourishing. Like, I just love cuticle oils, and this is definitely going into one of my favorites. I feel like I never know how to actually describe things, but just know when I say I like it, I really loved it. But yeah, once I did that, this is how the finished nails turned out, and I'm so happy at how this turned out. I got started with this design about 1:30ish, and it took me about 5 or 6 hours to do this. And of course the flowers took me like the most time, but I also did include my filing, which it does take a little bit longer to try to record all of the filing. So yeah, it did just take me a little bit longer than I thought, but it was so worth it because I just love how the set turned out. Even though it's really simple, it just gives like a really nice and classic design. And the flowers was a really nice addition to add to it. And I'm so happy I finally got to try this Kiara Sky acrylic kit. It was everything I was hoping for. I loved everything inside of it. And I do love this nude color that they also provided, so I honestly recommend it. Everything is just so high quality that I don't even know how to put it into words. I'm just so obsessed with Kiara Sky products. Even though they are a little bit more expensive than other brands, I honestly feel like it's well worth it because you do get what you pay for. And so yeah, that concludes today's video. I will have this acrylic kit linked down below if you guys want to check it out. If I don't have this video up in time enough for the sale, you can use my discount code, which will save you 15% off your entire order. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Let me know how you guys like the acrylic kit if you plan to try it. Let me know if you enjoyed the nail set and the design on it. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.